I'm going to give you a short video about is it worth it to buy an iPod Touch 7th generation in 2019. I don't know about you guys, but if you don't have an iPod and you would like to give it for a little gift for a kid and have them, like, if they like Fortnite, then it's like if you're not they're not allowed to have a phone, then I highly suggest it. Hi guys, welcome back to another video inside Fun Times with Abgio. And today I will be telling you guys, is the Apple iPod Touch 7th generation worth it in 2019? Is any iPod Touch worth it? I don't think anything back from the 4th generation to the 1st generation iPod Touch is worth it in 2019. But if you still have it, I mean, it's okay. But buying it, I don't think you're allowed to buy that anymore. But you are allowed to buy the 5th, 6th, and 7th generation right now. And soon, will there be an 8th generation? Who knows? It has been a few weeks and maybe months since, it's been a week or something since the iPod Touch 7th generation has came out. And I don't have it, but I have the iPod Touch 6th generation. If you've seen that video, go back to Sherry Troutman with my mom's face. Go back to that channel and you'll see, I think you'll see an iPod Touch 6th generation review, kind of. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about why it's worth it and why it's not worth it. So, number one, the reason why it is not worth it is because there's also different displays. Like, for example, if you already have an iPod Touch, why get another one? Like, why? A reason why it's good. It's good for a gift for somebody if they, like your grandkid or someone that doesn't have a phone and really wants one, then they can have it. If you really want to spend over the average of $200, which the only reason why the stuff is, okay, second reason why it is bad. I'm going to give you like 5 reasons, about 5 reasons each or something. The reason why it's bad is because the weightlifting, like if you were to weigh it, it would not weigh that much. Like if I were to hold my dad's iPhone 8 Plus, it would weigh a little bit. Like, it's so much difference. The iPod Touch 7th generation is like, well, the weighing for all the iPods, I feel like the older iPods, like the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, are like way more. In my opinion, I think it is based off of YouTube videos I have saw from other YouTube channels, but who knows? But maybe the weighing is some of you for good. Second reason why it is good for the iPod, good is because if you are a kid that likes Fortnite and your parents do not allow you to have a phone, there's Fortnite on there, so you could just buy Fortnite, which is really no problem. Like, it's just a game added on. I mean, if you really like Fortnite and you're addicted to it, you maybe want that, but like, you don't need to switch over to like the 6th or the 5th or whatever generation, unless it's really old, like the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd, and 1st generation. But if it's the 5th or 6th, I don't think you should switch over yet until you think that your battery's dead. But even if your iPod is broken or anything, you don't need to switch over until you really feel like it. And by the way, if you have like, well, if your iPod is, well, the third reason why it is bad is because sometimes, it is the speed test. Sometimes, so the speed test versus, so the iPod 7th generation versus the iPhone 7, the iPhone 7 would win versus the iPod Touch 7th generation. Reasons is because it takes a little bit more time, which is okay, but if you like the speed, then go get the iPhone 7. But like, when you have a lock, it does not have that, well, it has a home button, but you don't, like you can't put your finger on there. You can't put your fingers on there and it locks and it gets into your screen. It doesn't do that, so the third reason why the iPod Touch 7th generation is reasonable and for people to buy is because the battery life. Sometimes whenever you're charging your phone or whenever you're charging your iPod Touch, like I have had these problems recently with my iPod Touch 6th generation, is whenever you charge it and then take it off the charger, sometimes it says like it's red and it like has no battery, which that's lying. It kind of lies sometimes unless it's really true. But sometimes when you charge it for over an hour or something, it's just pretty quick battery life. It'll go up to like 5 to like 100 in like minutes. Well, like maybe like 30 minutes. But on your iPhone, it takes a little bit longer time. It takes quicker time, in my opinion, for the iPod Touch versus like any other phone. Like, yeah. But the only problem with that battery life is sometimes it says 0, and don't judge that battery life just because it's wrong. Because I have had that, and my sister has had that. And now I'm going to tell you guys some quick things. Go check out someone's iPod Touch 7th generation review, because they have a kit that works if your iPod is like broken, like, or dead battery, like you can't charge it. It has some repairing to do. So that is actually awesome in my opinion. The fourth reason why the iPod Touch 7th generation is not reasonable is sometimes it could easily with the battery life, when it is not charging, sometimes it goes down really fast. And that's another reason. Sometimes it goes down really fast. And the fourth reason why the iPod Touch 7th generation is reasonable in the 2019 year is because if you are like a kid that really is into really into stuff and doesn't want a tablet, then just buy an iPhone. Buy an iPod Touch 7th generation. The fifth reason why the iPod Touch 7th generation is not, and is pretty bad, well, for some people, and some people this might not make sense or anything, but the game, well, some people don't like you have to get on Wi-Fi to do certain things, which is okay. Like tablets do that. Some stuff you have to be on Wi-Fi to do, and yeah. So we don't judge the iPod because sometimes you could use personal hotspot on your phones. Well, I'll tell you, Dad.
Whose phone do you got?
Yours.
Why?
Because.
Because when it's 8 o'clock, I gotta get up.
It is 8 o'clock.
Let me see.
8:20.
8:20?
I let the first alarm go off and then I grabbed it. And by the way, the iPod Touch 7th generation is not reasonable is because some people don't like the not getting on Wi-Fi, which is
You're not doing that no more. I need my alarm.
worst. because Wi-Fi, a lot of things. You have to have a Wi-Fi to do certain things, like the Nintendo Switch. You need it to download Fortnite, anything. And the last reason why the iPod Touch 7th generation is like wanting for people to buy is because just the display, just the just the display and the update on it. We hope guys the update makes it a little bit better because some people like the updates on brand new phones, which you shouldn't. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment down below. Do you think it is reasonable or it is not reasonable? Do you think the iPod Touch 7th generation is reasonable to buy in 2019 or it is not? Or is the iPod Touch 7th generation not reasonable in 2019? And if it's nice outside, go outside and play. If it's not, do something creative inside. And I will see you all in my next brand new video. Woohoo! And comment down below what I should do in one of my next videos. Yesterday's video was a little mini video. Sorry, I did a video yesterday, but it didn't upload. Yeah. But the video I uploaded yesterday was called Shipwreck Falls. Make sure you check out Shipwreck Falls. And I will see you all in our next video. Bye.